This is David from the Fredcast. We're live from the show for Interbike TV. We're in the Ridley booth and I'm talking to Jochim, and we're talking about aerodynamics. And this bicycle is like a jet fighter with everything you've put into it.
Yeah, it's almost a jet fighter, but it has to be pushed by human resources.
There you go.
Aerodynamics is a topic in development in the last years of the bikes. You see every brand is doing something with aerodynamics. Some parts is very easy. Everybody knows that a drop of water will be like a wing, like a drop of water falling out of the sky. So all the bikes you see very thin, flat tubes, starting round, going to a sharp edge. This is something you see on every basically aerodynamic development on the show. We went beyond this drop-tiered technology. All the bikes you see integrated cables, everything is basically the same. We start developing on a different field. We start using jet technology into our frames. You saw it, jet fighter. You saw the jet fighter. So we really use jet technology on our frames and forks. Studying the front fork, the turbulence created by a wheel. The spokes of the wheel bring frontal wind. Those will create a turbulence. This turbulence we need to get away from the bike, away from the fork. You see some brands, what they do is making a very wide fork so that the two legs of the fork doesn't bring extra pressure on the wheel, lowering the aerodynamic point. We did on the contrary. We bring our forks so close as possible to the spokes, having a jet function, taking away the turbulence from the wheel and from the upcoming wind. The basics are very simple. We have two different blades put behind each other. The frontal blade is a little bit to the outside. The second blade is a little bit to the inside. The wind bouncing at the front blade will follow the airplane shape. It's the shape of the both blades are exactly like an airplane. An airplane stays in the wind because the wind stays close to it. If the wind doesn't stay on the wing, the plane would fall. So we have the wing of the plane in the front, so the wind follows the first blade. The second blade, if you look really up front, you can see that's a little bit positioned on the inside, so the wind following the first blade will completely come through the jet foil from the two blades, the opening from the two blades. Getting again on the sharp edge of the first blade, you get an acceleration of the wind and you create a small vacuum. This vacuum created near the wheel is taking away some of the turbulence of the spoke, and that makes a big difference on the aerodynamics compared to our bikes, compared to the rest. This is something that we patented. There's a patent from Oval that we bought over, so that's an exclusive patent that we can use on our bicycles. We did the same technology in the seat stays. The effect on the seat stay is a little bit less because the rider is in front of it, the legs are in front of it, so the front fork is the most important one. Another additional patented technology that we use on our aero bikes is R-Surface. Ridley Surface, R-Surface, how you want to pronounce it. It's also something that comes from jet pilots. So in some areas where the wind loses the product, you need to create a small turbulence. Creating this turbulence, the wind is a little bit disturbed and can get attached back to the frame. To study this, where to put the R-Surface with oil padding on the frame in the tunnel. So when the final frame was ready, with oil visualization, we saw exactly the airflow over the frame and over the parts. So we knew the critical positions where we had to put R-Surface to even increase again the aerodynamic characteristics of our bikes.
So where can I find this on your frame? So I see it's on the head tube, it's on the down tube.
It's on the big parts where the wind hits the frame. You have the front of the head tube under a specific angle. That's not completely on the front. This angle is determined by the engineers in the tunnel. The same on the seat tube and the same on the down. It's not just a story made up. It's really technology that was coming from the wind tunnel that we tested it in the tunnel with the engineers from the institute.
Sure, and it's real aerospace technology. I mean, it's like you have aerospace engineers, because what you're talking about here is very similar to a vortex generator on the wing of an airplane.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. The vortex generator does exactly the same what the R-Surface does for our bikes.
So you know that if you're looking for a very aerodynamic, very wind-cheating bike, Ridley has the right features.
We have exactly the right features to make you faster than ever.
People get more information.
They can get more information on www.ridleybikes.com or the fastestbikeintheworld.com.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your time.
Welcome. Thank you.
This is David from the Fredcast. We're live from the show for Interbike TV.